Hey, welcome back to Podcasting for Real Estate Pros, where agents learn to attract clients, build trust, and stand out with the power of podcasting. Let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about what makes a great episode. We're going to talk about the structure, hooks, and callbacks. So, if you're just out there winging it with every episode and wondering why no one sticks around and you don't have any listeners and nobody's subscribing, well, we're going to fix that today. Great episodes aren't accidents. They're structured to hook your listeners, connect with them, and keep them coming back. Hey, it's your host, Sue Willoughby, and today I'm giving you the cheat code to creating binge-worthy podcast episodes that actually convert listeners into clients. You don't need to be a master storyteller, but you do need structure. So let's dive into it. Why exactly does structure matter? So here's the truth. Attention spans are short and trust is fragile. If your episode meanders like a bad networking event, then people are going to leave. They're just going to bounce out. But when you have some structure, you become that rare voice that people trust because you respect their time, deliver them clarity, and build momentum. So structure, it's not about being rigid, but it is about being repeatable from episode to episode. Kind of like when people go to McDonald's, they know what to expect, except the difference is that you're going to have something really, really yummy. So we're going to talk about a 5-part power episode format. The first part is the hook. That is starting with a line that grabs their attention. So it could be a question or a myth buster, something that's controversial, like a bold statement. So here's a couple of examples. Buying a home with zero down, let's talk about what the banks don't want you to know. Or, most agents avoid this one question because it reveals too much truth. The hook tells your listener that this episode is worth their time. So once you've got them hooked, the second piece is your intro. This is just the simple piece. So you're going to remind them who you are, who the show is for, and what they're about to learn. Short, sweet, and clear. Part 3 is going to be the core content. So this is the meat in the sandwich. This is where you teach, share, and serve. So use the problem, story, solution method when you're building out your core content. So name the problem, call it out, give a quick story or a real-world example that they can easily relate to, and then offer a tip, a tool, or an action step that they can take away, and it'll help them. Here's a bonus pro tip. Speak to their feelings and not just giving them facts. Because if they can get emotional about your content, then they are going to become more connected and keep coming back week after week. Okay, so just to recap, we've got section 1 is your hook. Section 2 is your intro. Section 3 is your juicy core content. Then in section 4, you may want to do a quick callback or a tie-in. That would, if it's a callback, it may go back to another episode that you did. Let's see, for example, in episode 24, we talked about XYZ. You may also want to throw in a client story or some other method that you have of doing something. Maybe it's how you're giving tips for selling your home or some sort of cheat sheet or hot tip or something like that. This is just going to be something to sort of tie the episode all together. And your last piece is going to be the wrap up, and it's going to have them include a call to action. In the final section, section 5, you're going to wrap it all up. You're going to sum it up in one line and then give them one next step. For example, DM me if this episode hit home for you. Or, curious about your home's value, book a free market evaluation call. It's simple, it's direct, and it's aligned. That will keep people engaged. The things that you want to avoid, starting with, so yeah, I didn't really plan this episode. or ending with, okay, I guess that's it, or talking at people instead of to one person. You're not talking to 50,000 people in an auditorium. You're talking to one person. And here's a pro tip. If you do find yourself in front of a live audience, be sure that you're talking to one person. You can even pick one person out of the audience and pretend like you're having a very intimate conversation with them. That's a pro tip. So just imagine that you're talking to your favorite client over coffee, not teaching a seminar. And here's my wrap up. Great episodes feel effortless, but they're actually engineered with love, purpose, and clarity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to connect. What's up next? The polish. Your intro and outro, the first and last thing your audience hears. So let's make it sound like you, not some cheesy commercial. Until then, hook 'em fast, help them grow, and always call them forward. Until next week, this is Sue Willoughby with another episode of Podcasting for Real Estate Pros. I understand that every agent's starting point is different. Maybe you are brand new to the industry, or maybe you've been at this for years but just need a fresh strategy and approach. Either way, I'd love to hear where you currently are and where you'd like to go. So click the link in the show notes and grab a spot on my calendar and we can chat about it. I'll point you towards your next best step.